Welcome to Resource Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. Another potential solution for those of you that says, I cannot have a garden, or I don't want a garden, I don't want or cannot have backyard chickens, livestock, whatever. Have you thought about fish, raising fish for food? You can get a minimum, and I would say a minimum, 55-gallon aquarium at yard sales, garage sales, flea markets for fairly inexpensive, preferably with a wrought iron stand, preferably with a hood for fairly inexpensive, probably around $100 or less. I would look for that. Make sure it doesn't leak, check the seals. And you say, okay, I got that. Where am I going to get the fish? Well, in Erie County, there is an Erie County Water and Soil Conservation that sell fish for ponds at the beginning of the spring and in the fall. Lorain County, Huron County, all have the same thing, your water and soil conservation. You can also look it up in the phone book or Google it for water and soil conservation, say in Ohio. Find out where you can get live fish. If you are a fisherman already and say, I catch a bunch of little bluegills, if you have a plastic tote filled with water and an aerator in your pickup truck or your car, and you catch those little ones and throw them in there and keep them alive until you can get home and throw them in your aquarium and raise them, that would be wonderful. If you are outside and you say, well, I live in an HOA, we're not allowed to have livestock and we can't grow our own garden, hey, there's nothing in there that says you can't build yourself a little pond, 60-gallon Rubbermaid, fill it up with water. Again, aerator, so you're close to your home, you should be able to plug in an aerator, cover it with some sort of screening to keep the birds and the bugs out, and raise bass, bluegill, and catfish till the end of the summer. Now, you won't be able to keep them alive here in Ohio because the water obviously would get far too cold and freeze to death. But by the end of the summer, your 2 to 4 inch fingerling bass will be 10 to 12 inches, quarter pounders. And you will be able to provide food for your family. Bluegill as well. You could stock catfish in there that are very hardy. Channel cats will grow up to 30 plus inches if you can keep them alive long enough indoors and provide you with pounds of fresh catfish meat. So just something to think about to get around whatever your situation is as to why you cannot have food. Amazon, $130, 15 bluegill, 5 bass, live delivery. Set it up in your fish tank, right? And fish keeping is not difficult. If you have city water that has chlorine in it, get distilled water and fill it up. Fish do not do well in chlorinated water. All right? But if you're in an HOA, make yourself a little koi pond just above ground. Just something to think about. Check your water and conservation agencies in your state. Find out who sells fish. Amazon does. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I hope you like that idea. Get yourself right with God. Get baptized. Greg out.